definitely the easiest car buying experience of my life because I've bought a couple of cars in my life and it is usually so stressful for me because I don't know what they're telling me. Like I don't know, like they're saying, oh, add this or you should get that, and I have no idea and like what is necessary. And so I've never been so relaxed in my life because I was like, oh, this I need to say no to. And you were like, no. And then they would get angry. And it was really funny because I was like, I didn't care because I was like, well, Neil's saying no, so I'm going to say no. They almost tried to throw me out of the dealership because they got so mad at me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really interesting
And
process,
and
but I
I'm
was never
so glad
stressed.
that you took it positively that sometimes people feel that I can't say no to a dealership, but it's not the case. You are the customer, you are the buyer. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
we have all the rights to decide what we want to avail, what we want to decline, etc.
Yeah, and I think it was interesting also because as a woman, I was in there and I had three men standing over me telling me,
Yes.
no, you need to accept what this. And I said, no, this part I'm not accepting. I don't want it. Like, So that was very, very empowering, I have to say, to have you in my back pocket and know like what I should say yes to and what I should say no to. So it was great. So
Excellent.
thank you. Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's going to happen now. So I my lease expires, I think it's the 20th of January or something like that. I can't remember the exact date.
Okay.
And so I've already like asked them a few things so that I can provide you with information. But I wanted to also, and so I also wanted to understand then what it is that you recommend I do. From my understanding, my options are to buy the car, to buy out the car, or to exchange it for a new car on a new lease. And then I was speaking to someone else, and maybe you can also provide some guidance on this, which is that they had had a different car, different situation, but either way, they had bought the car and then resold it to just like a Carvana or CarMax or whatever, and they ended up turning a profit. So I actually asked Hyundai to buy out the car. It would right now, I think I called mid-September or so, so it's a
Okay.
little while ago, but mid-September to buy out the car, they were quoting me 18,655, which includes whatever remaining lease payments there are. And when I just did a quick check with CarMax, they were offering 19,600 for the car. So, and then Carvana was offering 18,300, which was not very profitable because obviously I'm losing money if I did it that way. So I guess that's another option. And so I'd love to know if that's something you would recommend given the difference in price. It's not that much, but still it's some money. Or should I buy the car and keep it, or should I just exchange it for a new car? What do you think? What is the market saying at the moment?
Yeah, sure. And I'm glad that you have done different levels of research and we'll go step by step. So, point number
Mhm.
one is you have got the remaining value. That is what is the residual value from the dealership, which was
Yes.
18,600, which is what you have mentioned. And you also did the online appraisal of the vehicle so that if we just do L2B, which is lease to buy option, and then just put the vehicle on financing for just a month, and for us to just go out in the market and focus on getting the highest appraisal value. In that case, what happens is we want to make sure that we are getting the more money than what we are owed. Then
Yes.
we can leverage that $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 as a part of towards the down payment or maybe an initial payment for the next lease or next financing or the next purchase, what we do. So we always recommend all of our clientele who have actually purchased or leased their vehicle through us because you can see that you are on positive equity. If you
Yes.
have gone and purchased instead of like that $400 per month, if you would have paid $600 per month after 36 months, which is where we are today, you would end up in a negative equity. That means you will owe way more money on the vehicle than what is the value of the vehicle today. So in that case, uh, especially all the no's and all the firefightings what we did, we should be very proud and grateful for, because we are neck to neck with respect to an actual analysis what we have observed practically and realistically. Now that being said, just on car max offer we cannot take the transaction, or we cannot take the bullet. The reason being is car max online value sometimes is much higher compared to
Mm.
what you will end up getting at the store.
Okay.
And on the flip side, sometimes what Carvana offers to you is on the lower side. And after a
Mhm.
couple of iterations, that is, if you don't give a response back to them, if the my team calls the customer support, we are able to fetch and increase the price
Mhm.
for the vehicle. So now I have told you both the sides. So in the last 2 years, we have also got into a service called get the highest appraisal value. That means the way we help our clientele negotiate and get the lowest price on the new car purchase. The same thing is, if you already have the car, allow us to work in conjunction with you to get the most value for what you have already paid for before, so that the dealership are not giving you a low ball offer, you are not just selling it to any random person on the road, and the transaction is done in a seamless and hassle-free manner. Now, in your case, what we'll do is we'll do a three-step approach. Step number one is the online appraisal values what you have got. Step number two is we'll ask the same dealership that, let's say if I go lease to buy, convert the car from leasing to financing. And if I
Mhm.
come back to you the next day, what will you pay me? So we'll
Okay.
just get to know them, because they are also very much inclined for the vehicle acquisition, because they know that Alexandra would have driven the car very nicely because it's a first owner lease, and Hyundai as a company needs more vehicle because it's a one of the fastest selling vehicles in the market. So they will
Okay.
be interested because then they don't have to do extensive services, etc., on your vehicle, and just flip it in the market and sell it to the second owner, because there are a lot of interested people in the market as well. And then the third thing is we'll do an independent study in a way where we will reach out to multiple Hyundai dealership within 50 to 100-mile radius off of your zip code, and then see how many dealerships are offering us at what price, and then let
Okay.
them fight for your business. Just like how we
Okay.
explore the options when we are buying the vehicle or leasing the vehicle, we'll do the exact opposite when we want to sell. That is, I would say, get the appraisal value on your Hyundai. Then we'll start getting the offers, and then we'll sell it to the dealership who is offering us the maximum. But once we have all the three information, then only we'll move from lease to buy option. We'll not sign any contract till we are confident that at least we can make minimum $1,500, because then it is worth the time, worth the efforts, and of course
Yes.
a nominal fee what we have to do the process. So we'll not request that fee until we have absolute clarity that we are going to have the positive equity and we are going to make some money out of this exercise. Now, once we complete this exercise, then we can move on to working on a new lease deal. And then in this way, you also get the flexibility whether you want to continue with the same make, which is Hyundai, or you want to explore different options. Let's say Toyota, Acura, Honda, Nissan, Infinity, etc. So the choice is yours
Sure.
whether you want to continue or not. So there are clientele who explore various options. Now there are clientele who continues with the same make and model, but they just want to keep upgrading every 3 years. So they get the access to the latest entertainment systems, the new safety features which are there, some of the new comfort, or maybe the front design if it is evolving, especially in the sports look these days. So that kind of flexibility we get. And then if we don't want to do both the exercise because we are not a dealership, will not sell you anything, you can just say, hey guys, this is great. I love my car. I don't want to do this to exercise. We can just help you convert your current lease contract into a finance contract for the remaining 10-year so that over the next 24 to 36 months, you can keep paying on a monthly basis. And eventually you have complete ownership on the vehicle and you will get that pink slip, which is the title of your vehicle.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, so that I understand correctly,
Okay.
basically it would be you would go through a research phase, which will then tell us or me, both of us, I guess, whether it's worth buying out the car and reselling it.
Yeah.
Or, and let's say if it is, then we go that route, and then I can still, and then I would end up getting a new lease with whatever company I want to do. In this case, I'm happy with Hyundai, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I can do whoever I want.
Sure.
And if we decide that no, it's not enough of a profit, then the choice becomes, do I want to just do I want to keep buy out the car and keep it, or do I want to give it back and get a new lease?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's basically research process first, and then the decision making happens based on the information that you put together.
Yeah. And we have connected at the right time because we have something to our leverage, which is the time. We don't
Mhm.
have to make that decision, let's say, tomorrow itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Take the next at least like 5 to 7 working days to get the maximum value, maximum market understanding. And then based upon that, we can take a very rational and a calculated call.
Okay. So then tell me what do I pay for this service and how does it work in
Yeah,
terms of
so I'll not request any payment for this service if we are neck to neck. But if, let's say, if we are able to derive the profit to you, let's say at least
hmm
$1,000 plus, then our fees are $500, which is 499.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because we want to make
499.
sure that you are getting the value out of this month.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. The minimum
thousand
$1,500.
dollars plus is
A
what
thousand
we
dollars
can.
plus.
Yeah, so it's
Thousand.
a 50-50 profit. That is what we'll expect. As,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Minimum $1,000
But
profit.
if it
Okay,
is
got
$1,500, it won't be that our fees will increase to 750.
it.
It's
Okay, okay.
flat fee.
Okay, so 499. And
Yeah.
then that covers this whole buying, selling, lease, whatever, just whatever I'm gonna do. Does that also then include, let's say I then decide I want to lease a new car,
Hmm.
like once we've sold it and so on. Does that include the same service of finding the car that I want and you helping with the negotiation of the contract for that, or is there a separate fee for
That's a
that?
separate fee for that.
Okay,
Yes.
so tell me about that then.
Yeah, so in that 499, which is another $500, is the market
Uh-huh.
research, which includes the curation, that is the process where we list down all different options. If it's a long time, but we did the option for your Toyota, for Honda, as well as for one, I believe it was Nissan for you, between the three options we are looking at.
Yeah, yeah, I think
And
I
then,
can't remember exactly, but yes,
yes,
yes.
yes. And then we
Well,
scheduled a couple
Mazda. It
of.
was Mazda, not
Yeah,
Nissan.
Mazda. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting. Yeah, so Mazda, Hyundai, and Toyota is what we compared. And then we scheduled a couple of visits to the dealership for the test drive and for you to experience the vehicle. And then once you were sure that, okay, guys, I like this Hyundai Elantra better compared to the other two options, then we went into the phase called negotiations, where we
hmm
negotiated from multiple different dealerships. We got the residual value, money factor, all the monthly lease payments to help you out, where we are going to get the best deal
hmm
without compromising or without sacrificing all the packages, the features, and the trim level is what you are looking for. So we will do the same exercise. So that exercise, which is a car leasing service, in that
Yes.
$499 will be paid to begin the engagement for the market research for inventory availability, etc. And then once you purchase the car, because we have now changed the equation, once you walk out of the dealership, once you are super happy, just like the previous time, then the second invoice of 499 will be raised to complete our process. So it is $1,000. Let's say if you written the lease and if you want us to do the complete from market research
Complete package. Right.
to the delivery to getting the keys, it's $1,000. And
I
then
understand.
$500 is separate, which is only on the car appraisal value, which is vehicle selling service.
Right. So I can choose between $1,000 for the full package, basically, or just do the selling, buying,
Or you
selling.
can do both because
Yes,
then,
yes. A
yes.
thousand dollars for both and $499 if I just did the
No, no, no.
first.
Just a second. It's $500 for selling,
Yes.
$1,000 it's for leasing. But let's
Oh,
say,
$1,000.
yes. So
Ah,
thousand
so it,
dollars for the leasing and $500 for selling.
I see. Okay, so it's $1,000 for the leasing
Correct.
if I decide to lease. Okay,
Yes.
so for
And
me,
yeah.
I think if I decided to lease a new vehicle and not, if depending on what you come back with in the research, if I decided to do that, I don't need to test drive or whatever. I'm happy just sticking with Hyundai
Okay.
because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, and I want a hybrid again if I were to lease again because I just want the same thing. It was great,
Okay.
and so and then I just want a certain price, of course,
Sure.
for my lease, if that's the way we decide to go ultimately.
Okay.
So, okay. So all in all, if I do from beginning to end, it's $1,500
Correct.
basically.
Yes.
Okay.
And but
All
we
right.
we can work out a way because that $500 only becomes applicable if we are able to do lease to buy and then
Yes.
use it to leverage to pocket some money, which then we can
Yes.
use it towards the vehicle leasing for the new Hyundai. And if you are
Yes.
just planning for the same Hyundai, for the same hybrid option, but instead of the one which we got back in the day, now we'll look into the 2025 edition. And then the 2026 editions, we'll see the timeline, how it looks like, because your lease is expiring in January. So we'll have that benefit also to keep into the consideration as well as see whether 2025 makes sense or 2026 makes sense. What is the monthly lease pricing difference coming out to be between the two? And actually in terms of the features, what is the additional value which we are getting? So if there is not
Right.
like a tangential value creation, so for
Hmm.
example, I'll just give you a comparison. So Apple 17 got launched yesterday, but
Yes.
if you look at between Apple 16 and Apple 17, there is not a stark difference anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. What is happening is because we are in the world of creative destruction, that is, we are creating something and we are destroying something both at the same time to just show some minute innovation, I would call it.
Yeah.
So we'll just reflect the same thing into your Hyundai model, whether the 2025 and 2026, is there any actual value creation where paying $50 per month on a lease makes sense? And if it doesn't
Right.
make sense, and if you're getting a brand new lease for 2025, maybe for a little bit more discount because it's the end of the year,
Right.
we
Right.
can
Right.
we can take that as our again arbitrage to get more savings back into our pocket.
Okay. And then I guess my question would also, what I would also want to know is based on whatever the new lease might cost, is it worth getting a new lease or just buying out the car and keeping it? You know, is that a cheaper option ultimately?
Yeah, so without even doing any market research or any looking into any options right now in the market, I can for sure say this that after 3 years, your monthly lease price will increase. That's by default.
Yes.
Okay, because
Okay.
MSRP, that is the basic value of the
Yeah.
vehicle, keeps increasing because more safety packages, more tech packages, more entertainment packages, improving the premium audio in the vehicle, all the accessories in the vehicle, all of
Yes.
that keeps coming by default, right?
Yes.
So if we look at, one second, let me just pull up your document here. I'm just trying to see at what MSRP we bought back in the day. Yep. So over here I go. Yeah, it was 30,500 was the
Mhm.
MSRP, right?
Okay.
And if we look at the new MSRP for the same one, yep. So you are driving 2023. Let me,
I think so, yeah.
yep, just go through it and see what is the MSRP now. Yep, Elantra hybrid. Perfect. And then let me look at the trim level as well. Yeah, it's not a sizable price difference. What I notice is now the MSRP has become 31,410 and we got it for 30,500. So the difference is 900 bucks.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Yeah,
tell me what the price is now with 31,000 what?
$31,410.
Oh, okay. All right.
31410.
Yeah, 31410. I got
Yeah,
it.
and so if let me see. Okay, you are paying $480 per month at the moment?
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Yep, yep. Okay. Based on the data. Okay, so it will be close to 500 bucks, not more than that.
Oh, okay. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
but you can then upgrade to a
Yeah,
2 year
yeah, yeah.
newer vehicle. Yeah.
And the 31,410 was for a 2025 or 2026
No,
model?
2025. The 2026 has not
2025.
come out yet.
Okay.
It
Yeah, yeah, got
typically
it.
comes out in the month of November, December.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yes.
fine.
So
Okay.
only the German make models, which are like Beamers and Mercedes and Audis, they
Mm-hmm.
start doing the pre-launch of 2026 models sometime
Mm-hmm.
from August, September, which is Q2 onwards. But if you look at the Japanese vehicle, which is Toyota, Mazda, and others, then their next year model comes out in October and November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's no, I just wanted to know so
Yeah.
that I write it down correctly.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So that's not a huge difference anyway.
Yep.
Okay. So why don't we do this? I just want to speak to my dad about this because I always have to get his opinion. And then I will email you because I think that, it sounds like we'll definitely probably, that doesn't even make sense. It sounds like we'll probably be doing the sort of, the first step with you,
Yep.
which is the selling and or not selling or buying out, like the whole research
Yep.
phase, and then whatever it is that we decide. But I just want to check that my dad agrees with that, and then, but I'm pretty sure he will.
Hmm.
And then, I'm sure, depending on if we decide to go with a new lease or not, then we'll decide the second step for the $1,000, from beginning to end
Yep.
for the next phase. But I just want to talk to him about all of this. And
Okay.
then I will let you know, but I'll speak to him. I would think he's traveling right now, but
Hmm.
I mean, my hope is I would speak to him over the next few days.
Okay.
And then I can email you and let you know. You can send me a payment link and all of that sort of stuff.
Hmm.
And then but it's also possible that because he's traveling, he's busy. So then it might take a bit longer, like a week or so. But I'm hoping it's just a few days. And
Sure.
so if you could, what would be great, I don't know, would you be able to send me kind of a brief summary of what we discussed?
Yeah, yeah. I can send you
Okay,
a
can you
brief
do that?
summary of what we discussed. And also,
That would
what
be great.
I would request is the interior and exterior photos of your current car.
Yes, I
Okay.
can do that.
I
Oh, one thing I need to tell you is
Yes.
that actually just a few months after I got it, a guy drove into me. So yeah. Now this was really fucking stupid because I was just standing outside a garage
Okay.
and waiting to pull in, and he was standing in front of me and he was talking to the security guard person, and then he had a big, huge truck and he slammed it into reverse and just backed straight into my car.
Okay.
So it was like ridiculous. So, but the car has been repaired, like obviously, and it's all Hyundai parts.
Okay. Because you're on the lease, so you would have filed a claim and you would have
Yes, yes.
got it.
Yeah. So I got, and also because it was under 5,000 miles. So like, it was like, I mean, I'd had it for like I don't know, 3 months or something when this happened, 2 months when
Okay.
this happened. So,
Yeah.
anyway, but I just want to let you know that because like it was the dumb, I got so mad at him. He was like, calm down. I was like, I'm not going to calm down. It's a new car. So, anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to let you know that because that might affect the research, your
No,
research
but
process.
thank you for letting us know. It would definitely
Yes.
reflect in the Carfax report as
Yeah.
like, the front end kind of the calamity or the anything which would I don't know the language that they would have used. So first of all, we'll have to I think I have your VIN number, but
Yes, you know.
I'll just request some 10 to 12 pointers which we have to do the
Yeah.
market research.
Yeah. I
So
can also provide the
yeah.
repair report or whatever to you as well. I don't know if that's helpful,
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
will be super helpful. So if you have that report, that
I
actually
do.
like also calms the dealership down that okay, the car is still in great condition.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because everything works. Everything is fine. So
Yeah.
yes, I can provide the repair report. I have a copy of that somewhere, so I
Okay,
can do that.
perfect. So the repair report along with the photos of the vehicle, and as you have got everything fixed, so I don't think so you will see any dents or any scratches either in
No,
front
I don't
or
think
on the back. So that's a very good thing. And then post that, we'll also need to know your current mileage, which is
mileage.
miles you have
Yeah,
driven so far.
very few. I think it's under 10,000. I think it's like 8,000 or something.
That's
Like I
it.
don't. Yeah,
But you
yeah.
got a lease for like 36,000 miles.
I know, but I ended up not using it. Also, you know why? Because it took 6 months for the repairs.
6 months they took?
Yes, 6 months.
And did they
I
give
was
you
out
a
of my
rental?
car. So, yes, because
Yeah.
the guy had to because
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I was in a rental for 6 months.
Okay.
So that's another thing why
Then
the
it's
mileage
good.
is
We'll
low.
we'll get a
Yeah,
more value for the vehicle because it's less than 10,000. So it's
I
the
know.
same. It's a very nice car. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's in great shape. So other than, I mean, he was an idiot. He didn't look. So it wasn't even I was just standing still. I mean, it's so dumb. So,
And he could have visibly noticed a car being
of
parked right
course,
there.
he didn't look. I mean, I don't know how you can put a car in reverse and not check if someone's behind you.
The backup
Like,
camera, right?
and because it was a truck, it kind of went up the hood, because his car was higher than it was a
Okay.
whole. So anyway, yeah, it took 6 months to repair. So I didn't have the car for 6 months. I was driving around in some shitty Toyota or something. I can't even remember like for 6 months. But anyway, whatever.
So
So
if you think that you're driving less, maybe for this
yes,
year
yes,
when we move into a new 2025 or either 2026
yes,
model, instead
yes.
of going for 12,000 miles, we can bring it down to 10,000 miles a year.
Maybe, yeah, because
Yeah,
I think
because we'll
obviously in 3
save.
years I didn't use, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always so unpredictable though, because then suddenly you want to do a road trip or something and then like,
You
oh
you can
shit.
still go. See, even if you take like let's say 6 months you are not there. It's
Yeah, yeah,
10,000 miles. Even if you put like another 10,000 miles over the next 6 months, you will still not cross 30,000
yeah,
miles.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, it's true.
Yep.
So, all
Uh,
right.
and
Okay.
we'll not take a call. So what we recommend that we'll get the monthly lease price, and I'm talking like far-fetched because we are yet to even start the step one.
Yes, yes.
This
Yeah.
is the step nine, for example. And
Yeah.
so what we have to first of all at that time we'll see what is the 12,000 per month monthly lease price and what is the 10,000 per month monthly lease price.
Yes.
And then based upon that, if it is like $10 difference, we'll
Yeah.
just
Who cares? Yeah.
but if it is like $50, then it's fine
Yeah.
because it will cover the penalty. So let's say even if
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
cross like 1,000 miles more, 20 cents per mile, $200, you can just pay it and close the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That sounds okay. Well, it sounds like we have a plan.
Yep.
You'll send me a summary of today's call.
Yep.
I will speak to my dad and then I'll email you as soon as I have spoken to him. I'm sure I already know what he's going to say, but like I just want to run it by him. And then we can start the process. And then you'll send me, I guess, what it is that you need from me.
Yep, yep.
Uh,
I'll send
and
you
then
the 10 to 12 pointers what we need for your current vehicle, which
yes,
can then attach the inspection plus the service report which you have. So once
yes.
that is done, then then the team, some of the members are on the call. So they will do the market research, they will get the
Mhm.
appraisal values. Then because even before we do a formal transition, there is a lot of responsibility there. The moment you go from
Yes.
lease to buy, you are actually agreeing with the dealership that you are going to finance the vehicle. And if we are not able
Yeah.
to flip it, if we are not able to get better value, then now instead of paying, I mean, it's still, you can kind of go from owning the vehicle. There is no harm, but we want to make sure that we get positive equity, we get some good cash flow out of that, which we can use it for the next transaction. So
Yeah.
will be assuring you we get the same thing the way we get the pricing in writing when we are going for a new lease. In the appraisal
Hmm.
also we'll get the pricing in writing from the dealership, and
Yeah.
we'll just request an hour of your time to go to the top two dealership who has offered the highest value,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then let them just go back and forth a little bit. And then wherever we are getting a better value, you can just hand over the car, hand over the keys, collect the payment, and off we go.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. All right. And then obviously, depending on what we find out in your research phase, obviously I would prefer to not have to be without a car because otherwise I can't get anywhere.
No, no,
So,
absolutely. So this process only happens once we have logged in a new lease.
okay, great.
Yep, yep, yep. So we will just do it the same day, maybe morning to evening, or
Hmm.
you hand over, you get the payment, you use that as a down payment for the new lease. But
Got
it
it.
will be within 48 hours only,
Okay. Yeah, that's
not
fine.
beyond that.
Perfect.
Yes, yes, yes.
Perfect. All
Because
right. So,
if we are going to, let's say, save $1,000, but then if you end up taking Uber and Lyft and your
yeah, yeah, then
family
it's all
already,
gone.
then it's
Yeah.
all gone, right?
Yeah.
Why to do all these efforts?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, perfect. All right. I will speak to my dad. I'll wait to get a summary from you of today's call. I'll speak to my dad and then I'll be in touch with you and we'll proceed from there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All right. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Neil.
much. Have a
It
great
was nice
day. Bye bye.
talking to you again. Bye. Bye.